She from Planet Z, I asked her why you here, yeah. Oh, why you here? She like, boy, come here. Yes, you, yeah, come here. I'm about to show you something that you never seen or hear, yeah. This the light show, this is my show. I take you around the world, yeah, I show you my flow. I can show you something that you never seen, yeah. Stack this money up until I start seeing.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, my channel is all about spirituality, raising your vibration, changing your reality, and healing Black women in general. And today we are going to be discussing a topic that I've come into a lot. I hear a lot about this. Why are my friends acting weird? Why aren't I getting along with them? Why does it feel like they're not meant to be in my life anymore? And this is all normal. This is stuff that happens when you're on your spiritual journey. And the reason why this happens is because when your soul decides to awaken, decides to like shake you and wake you up from something that you've been living that you might have thought was your truth, you go through that by yourself. So like when you wake up one day and you just decide that you want to start a business, you want to go after this thing you've been doing, and then you think that and you feel so good about it. And you think your friends are gonna come with you, and you think your friends are gonna all hop on ship with you, and they don't. And sometimes it ends your friendship, and that's okay. That's supposed to happen because that's part of your journey. Part of your journey is learning how to be alone, but not even being alone, but if you have to accept the fact that you're going to be alone for a while because you stood up for what you believed in and you stood beside your truth, then that's what happens when you lose friends, because not everybody's vibration raises at the same time, and trying to raise somebody else's vibration is not your job. It's not going to work out the way you think it is. So, for example, if you like to write and you're thinking about writing a blog or writing an ebook or something, and you're coming to your friends about it and they're being all half happy about it, they're like, oh, great. And you can tell like they don't really care and you feel like they should care more because they're your friends. It's okay if they don't, because that's going to be something that you do. That this is going to be your test from the universe. The universe is asking you, are you ready for abundance from your writing? So are you going to let the fact that your friends aren't supporting you, are you going to let that stop you, or are you going to keep doing this? So when you wake up, or just imagine if one of your friends would have came up to you years before your spiritual awakening, like, hey, I decided I want to do better with my life. I want to do this. I'm going to be rich and everything, and I'm going to study, and I'm going to read, and I'm going to meditate, and I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to talk to the trees and stuff, and I'm going to look at grass, and I'm going to watch the sunset. You're going to sound crazy if you come up to somebody and you say that. So you have to understand that this is going to be your journey, and I'm here to tell you that it's okay to be alone. Sometimes your spiritual journey is going to be lonely. Take it from me. I spend a lot of time by myself with my dog. But sometimes you'll realize that things that you thought that you were interested in, you weren't really interested in. You may realize that you were only hanging out with this person for a specific reason, or you only did certain activities with this person that no longer resonate with the frequency that you are moving into. When your vibration raises, your frequency raises, certain activities no longer serve you. And if these were activities that you were doing with these people who aren't really vibing with you anymore, it's because you dropped that activity. So these people aren't really your friends, and a lot of times that is what it is. It ain't you losing friends, you realizing that the friends that you had weren't really your friends. You had half-ass friends, you had unsupportive friends, you had jealous friends, you didn't have real friends, you didn't have solid friends. You had people who were put in your life to be taken out when your spirit starts to awaken. That's what's going on essentially. Raising your vibration and accepting the abundance in your life that's meant for you is a process. It's going to take time, and it's going to take things away from you, and it's going to take people away from you. Because when you raise your vibration, you're essentially stepping out of the person who you were months ago and stepping into this new person who has new habits, this new person who needs to-do lists, this new person who needs a calendar, this new person who needs all these things to be set up to set them up on their track to abundance. Like, for example, me, I have a to-do list every day. I have a calendar every week, and I have things to do every day. If it's writing a video, if it's making a blog post, if it's importing new products, there's something that I have to do every day. I don't have time like I used to be able to go out with my friends on the weekends. I don't have time to just come over and chill and watch TV with y'all. I don't have time to do that anymore. So when your soul starts to awaken, it does get a little lonely. You might feel like, oh, everybody you know is lying to you, but this is a test. This isn't to throw you off. So once some people get on their journey and they see that their friends aren't coming because they're not strong enough to do things on their own, so they won't come on their own spiritual journey because their friends aren't coming with them. And that's the number one thing you can do to hold you back, is to stop your own journey because nobody's coming with you. But that's the point of a spiritual awakening. We all don't have the same spirit. So my spiritual awakening might be different from yours. I might experience something different than you would experience it. Your friends aren't going to experience it with you. So don't, just because they're not experiencing it with you and you feel like your spiritual awakening should be with all your friends, y'all should be celebrating and talking to crystals together. It doesn't work like that, and that might turn your friends against you. It might turn your friends off of you, and that's okay. If your friends start to think that you're doing weird stuff, don't feel like, oh no, I'm weird now, so I can't do this anymore. You need to be more confident in who you are and what you're capable of. So, with all that being said, if you are losing friends, it's because you're popping. If you are not fitting in, it's because you're stepping above. Their ceiling is your floor, and that's what's going on. You can't let these people pull you back down to their level. It's a new level that you're stepping into, that it's going to require new responsibilities of you. It's going to require you to be more disciplined in who you let in your vortex and who you let around you. And it's gonna require work, and it's gonna require a lot of getting to know yourself, because if you can't be comfortable with yourself, then you don't know yourself. So you might not be ready to be on a spiritual journey if you don't think that, if you do think that the people who you know and have known for years are going to be in your life forever. That's the point. That's the beauty in life. We get to create and recreate and destroy as long as we're here. We get to forgive, we get to remove people. It's up to us. Now, if somebody makes you feel bad and y'all are constantly bumping heads and you're continuously forgiving this person, or you and this person are continuously going back and forth, being friends, being blocked, talking about each other, going to other friends, talking about them to other friends, they're talking about you to other friends. You're just in this toxic cycle of friendship because you can't be alone. Then, I mean, that's you setting yourself back. It's not going to get you anywhere. And that's not to be mean or anything, but some people are just like that. You can sit here and accept the trashiest friends and call them friends and think that you care about yourself. You can't care about yourself if you're allowing people who don't give a crap about you into your reality. And that's the reality of it, is everything that's going on around you is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So when you keep getting in arguments with these people and y'all are stop talking, you don't block them on everything, you don't cleared yourself, y'all don't let it settle for about a week, and then they text you like, hey girl, what are you doing? And you text them back, and now y'all are out getting drinks. That's holding you back. That's putting you back 4 steps back when you only took 2 steps forward in the first place. But I think that's everything that needs to be said on this topic. When your frequency raises as a person, things start to happen to you in your physical reality that match your vibrational reality. So higher vibrations attract higher experiences. And sometimes these experiences are, I don't like to call things good or bad, but sometimes these experiences aren't what you want them to be. But it doesn't mean that you're not evolving still, because sometimes you can be raising your vibration and everything around you can be falling down, and you just think you're doing something wrong, that everybody must hate you, you're on the wrong path or doing something wrong. No, it's just you. So that, I don't know about for everybody, but for me, it took that. It took me having to be alone and having to find myself to allow myself to evolve. I had to know what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be, and what was stopping me from being this person. And a lot of times, there were people in the way that clouded my judgment, that clouded how I viewed myself. And so once I started to, okay, I know I'm capable of this, then they started to fall off. And it was fine. I'm doing fine. So you'll be okay. You just got to learn how to be alone, sis. Ain't nothing wrong being alone. Alone and rich. Just think about the abundance that you'll be walking into when all these people fall off. Think about the good friends that you're going to attract. You attract what you are. So when you start to attract higher experiences, lower vibrational people fall off. And then as they're falling off, other people might be making their way towards you constantly. Constantly, people are making their way towards you around the world. You just never know who's coming towards you, because you're now attracting what you're putting out. Are addressing different, and then you have friends who are making snarky comments like, oh, who does she think she is? Who does she think she is? She's coming out like she's the baddest bee out here. You probably need to let them go, because when you go and put yourself out there and you look good, and you have a friend that can't just be like, wow, you look good today, good, like, dang sis, that's something you got on or whatever, that's a nice head wrap or whatever. Instead they're like, oh, you think you're all that and stuff. Those are the type of people that you need to cut off, because that is all red flags. I think we as Black women have lost what it means to be a true friend. We've been so clouded by jealousy and trying to be somebody's favorite, trying to be somebody's wife, trying to be this, trying to be with the most likes, trying to be the prettiest, trying to look better than my friend. I don't think we realize like the type of jealousy and the type of connections that we're making that aren't serving us. And it's time for us to all come to, we deserve good friends. We deserve each other. We all need to go out and find each other. And that's what we all deserve. And we are allowed to have that in this lifetime. But you have to make the conscious decision that you are not going to let people who aren't serving your highest good into your vortex anymore. You have to cut these people off. You have to allow high vibrational people in, new people in. You can't be so dependent on friends. You aren't supposed to text somebody 24/7. Boyfriend, girlfriend, friend. You need your own separate life. You need your own separate spaces. You guys need to be able to do things separately so when you come together, you both can benefit one another. And so that's all I'm going to say on this video. I think I covered everything that needs to be said about this topic. Basically, that is all. Like, if you feel like you're not holding on to friends, it's because you're stepping into a higher state vibrationally. And just because these people are falling off doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It could be that these people don't need to be around you. Now, some people, they have valued friendship in a way differently than what I did growing up. So the people that they've met throughout their lifetime are good friends. I didn't know what a good friend was, so I haven't had many good friends. But now I'm attracting more good friends into my space. But with that being said, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Just keep vibrating high out there. And people are going to fall off. Everything is going to fall into place the way it's supposed to be. But you have to have that trust in the universe or God or source, whatever you call it, that comes out from here. You have to trust that has your highest good. No matter what's going on, it's for your highest good. And wake up every day and just think about that and just let these people pack their bags and move on. You don't got to sit there and keep thinking about them, think about the argument you're going to have. It's just continuing to lower your vibration. So if you are losing a lot of friends, it probably means you're on the right track. You're doing something good. And just hang on to that good feeling and hold on until it feels good. Hold on until you can be at the beach with your group of girl pals on vacation or whatever. But don't worry about those who are falling off because they're not serving you. But thanks for tuning in.